Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. This is Tarot with Kuka. It is Wednesday, May 20th, 2020, and today's video is Wellness Wednesday. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. I like to do a follow-up video to the weekly guidance from the Santa Muerte deck, in which this week we were faced with some gentler changes, but it seemed to kind of evolved from the first week's video about reversing the magician and releasing our talents and our actions to make things happen, to manifest things. And so what flowed from Sunday, I drew the Six of Pentacles as our guidance or situation or lesson, and the tools to help grow were the reverse Knight of Cups and the reverse King of Pentacles. What I got from that is a quick generalization. You can go back and watch the video for the details. Is for the Six of Pentacles, what came to me was balance. Is finding balance in our situation. And it seemed the guidance hit upon the fears that people were dealing with, whether it was the fear of the money, their financial situation, the fear of even having stuff available to us, whether or not we have the money, and then the fear of being in our negative emotional state, such as worry, moodiness, and cabin fever. So with that, what I took was, possibly since the two guidance cards showed up in reverse, reversing those would help bring the balance. And the first thing you kind of have to do is you kind of have to acknowledge these feelings and acknowledge the fears and turn it around into, you got to turn your fears around or change that negative thought in order to make things happen. And one of the things that was really resonated with me was I watched a video, and I do have I'll have the link posted in the description below me, and it was about anchoring the light in the current situation no matter what. And in order to do that, Matt Kahn basically said you have to be in that moment without judgment. And he went into a beautiful explanation about, what comes from that moment. And so, again, his link is posted in the description. But I thought I would use his healing mantra deck to provide some positive words, positive intent to go out into the universe to collectively anchor our light in the moment. So with that, the card that I drew was Liberating Love. And one of the quotes that came to me was Janis Joplin, and freedom is just another word with nothing left to lose. And I love that, because in a small way that is liberating love. When you have nothing left to lose, that is freedom. So with this card comes a quote: I allow myself to receive all the fulfillment I'm willing to give. Wow. Let's say that together. I allow myself to receive all the fulfillment I'm willing to give. That right there is a beautiful balance. Giving and receiving, that's the balance. And the love we give will be the love we get back. And so I want to focus on going into his guidebook, because I think he explains the intent. So again, I allow myself to receive all the fulfillment I'm willing to give. When love is liberated, your heart remains open to all the gifts that life has to offer. As love is liberated from the emotional wounds of human condition, it becomes easy to accept, forgive, and receive. Again, it becomes easy to accept, forgive, and receive. When such actions seem exhausting, it's simply a sign that your heart doesn't feel safe enough to remain open. When this occurs, your will's freedom to embrace each tender corner of your consciousness will allow opening up to resume. When your heart has permission to open, your love is liberated, and you can shine a light into all levels of reality to awaken the truth of all. This mantra is ideal for learning how to believe in yourself, promoting self-realization, and integrating the shadow. So, opening the heart is probably one of the biggest challenges I ever had to face. And on a personal level, I did have my heart closed off. I was rejected. I was actually rejected by somebody I was married to, and it took a lot. I would say I was over the emotional aspect, but my heart was closed off to ever receiving love again. And one day, I don't know why, but I decided to open up. I developed a crush on somebody. And back then, the oracle cards, guided my heart chakra. It was weird. I was drawing these cards, heal my heart chakra, and, I thought, okay, this is a sign that, I should put my emotions out there and let this person know. So I did take that baby step. And I put myself out there. And I got rejected. But the thing was, I wasn't sad. I was actually happy, because what I had realized was that after all these years, I was actually finally able to feel something for somebody. And even though this didn't pan out, I was grateful for the experience, because my heart did heal, because I felt something. I actually had feelings for somebody. And so instead of taking that hurt and rejection, and I blessed the person and I wished them well. And the funny thing was, it allowed my heart to open up and say, you know what, it is finally safe for me to love, and it's definitely safe for me to be loved. And my love came along. And it's been, we have our ups and downs as any relationship, but when you look at somebody and you know that they're the one, yeah. So healing the heart chakra opens the doors for many things. So, liberating love, especially in this time of fear, is the perfect time to anchor that light. And so with that, I want to move on to the next card with the Indigo Angel deck. I love this deck because I'm not a perfect person. And so this deck actually allows me to kind of express my moody side. And, because the Indigo people, we tend to, yes, we want to change the world. We want to make it a better place. But at the same time, we are like just cussing and hollering and like, this is BS. And so, it's hard to say, well, it's like people don't look at us and think like, wow, you are a light worker. And I am human. And so the Indigo Angel deck has been, a beautiful deck in which it allows me to be me and not feel guilty about, sometimes I just don't, let's just say I have the vocabulary of a well-educated sailor. And so with that, I've come to embrace it. It's who I am. And, so I'd like to share, the guidance I got from this card, because I didn't want to use another light worker. I didn't want to use the light worker deck because last week when I drew Serapis Bay, it really resonated, and I'm also posting another link to a meditation for him, because he is almost like an OG of light workers. I almost want to say, he, again, he holds he holds the fourth ray of the white light, and he is a very powerful light worker, and my meditations, I have tapped in on him, and like I say, I feel that it's working, because the past week I have been dealing with headaches, and I could say, well, maybe it's something I've been eating, but I have been eating pretty healthy. I've changed my diet a while ago, so I hadn't had migraines for a while. And so again, Matt Kahn kind of said, when you're being tapped into, you're feeling these energy shifts, you're going to get headaches, you're not going to feel so well. Again, I feel like go check out his channel. It's Matt Kahn, All About Love. And so with that, like I say, watch last week's Wellness Wednesday, and you can pick up some guidance about Serapis Bay. He's a very interesting fellow, and like I think he came before Christ, definitely, because he was responsible for building the pyramids, and allegedly not allegedly, but he was a high priest in Atlantis, so before its demise. So check him out from last week, and like I say, I have some links to his meditation. So with that, actually, I'm going to turn over this card, in which it is about divine timing. And so I love this, because no better way than to embrace the moment of balance is letting go of the expectations of having your prayers or your wishes, whatever intent you put out into the universe, to be answered when you want it. I've actually had prayers that, even when I was in my negative mindset, because God does hear us all the time, we can't hear God all the time. And so, when people say, well, he's not answering my prayers, he's not listening to me, yes, he is. Yes, she is. Yes, they are. Whatever you call your higher power, they are listening to you. God is listening to us all the time. And the prayers, when it's divine timing, that means God has answered in the path and the time and the place that aligns in the highest accordance with God. So, as an example of how the universe is listening, there was a time where I was trying to think of this song, and it came to me, and I could hear it in my head, but I couldn't spit the words out. So I couldn't even Google the search, because I don't even know the words of the song. So, but it was just what is that song? And not 3 days later, I had a friend on Facebook post that song with the artist name and the title, and it was just wow. And it was thank you. And so little things, where you think God's not listening, God is. And it has really changed how I even pray. Because again, I want my prayers to be in the highest accordance with God. And so, knowing that, God is listening, God has our back, even when our backs are turned, God still has our backs. So the prayers may not come when you want, but the balance is accepting that you've been heard, and the prayer will manifest when it's God's time. And so I just wanted to end this quick little discussion with the reminder about being in the here and now is I allow myself to receive all the fulfillment I'm willing to give. And the balance is things come in divine timing, you know, is in the accordance of God. And so with that, I wish you love, light, and many, many blessings. And until next video, have a great day.